Out front now, Republican Senator from Kentucky, Dr. Rand Paul. He's opposed to the current GOP plan to replace Obamacare and has offered his own alternative plan. Senator, good to have you with me. Our latest whip count right now in the House, 26 Republicans are officially voting no or leaning to no. The chair of the House Freedom Caucus, Mark Meadows, says he's got no doubt he can stop the bill. In your view, is there any chance this bill makes it out of the House?
No, I think we have 30 to 35 no votes in the House, and I think either the House leadership will put it forward and lose, or they will begin counting the votes very closely and decide not to put it forward. I think at that point, conservatives will have earned a seat at the table, and then the real negotiations begin. What I think has gone on so far are the pre-negotiations, but the real negotiations begin when we show them that they don't have a vote to pass their Obamacare Lite bill.
You said today you stand with the House Freedom Caucus, of course, in one of your tweets. We know President Trump has been courting members of that caucus, right, directly. He's been making with calls. He met with 4 of them today at the White House. More meetings planned tomorrow. Are you, Senator Paul, basically reaching out to them to resist his efforts?
Well, we've been having a lot of discussions, and what I will tell you from meeting members of the House Freedom Caucus is they are a very independent bunch, a very principled bunch, and I think the fact that Paul Ryan and his political machine is now running ads against them in their races and in their districts, I think that's solidified them even more that this is a time in history when they have to go on their principles no matter what, the establishment is going to do to try to defeat them in races. I think they believe that we complained about Obamacare for 6 years, that we should get it right, and that we shouldn't just form and pass something that's sort of a version of Obamacare but doesn't fix the crucial problem that insurance rates are going through the roof, premiums are soaring, there's a death spiral in the individual insurance market, and if we don't fix that, we're going to be blamed for now passing a version that may be no better than what Obamacare is doing.
So you would do things like people can't stay on their parents' plan, as an example. It's not in your bill. It obviously costs a lot of money. It keeps young, healthy people out of the system. You would make changes like that?
No, what I would do is try to develop a marketplace where the consumer would be king again. Right now, I do have a great deal of sympathy if there's a husband and wife and they have a plumbing business. If one of them gets sick, their rates go through the roof or they could be dropped. They're in an insurance pool of 2 people. That's crazy. I don't want anybody in the individual market. I would empower everybody in the individual market to join a group plan. Imagine this. There are 37 million people in AARP. What if one person negotiated a group plan for them? They would have enormous leverage to bring down prices. I want the insurance company executives to come on bended knee to the consumer. I don't want the situation we have now where the consumer begs for insurance, and if they get sick, they double and triple their rates. That happens under Obamacare, but it also will happen under Paul Ryan's plan if we don't actually fix the problem.
So Senator, you're core to this, right? This has been your passion. You were on this show a couple weeks ago. As your interview was airing, as the show was on the air, President Trump tweeted about you. And what he said was, I feel sure that my friend Rand Paul will come along with the new and great health care program because he knows Obamacare is a disaster. Obviously, he didn't win you over with that. You have not come along. This is Donald Trump versus Rand Paul.
Well, actually, I see myself as on the same side as the president on this.
Okay, but you're not. He's lobbying to pass the bill. Let
me finish my thought. I would say we are united in believing in repeal. All Republicans are united in wanting to repeal Obamacare, and I'm united with the president on that. We have some differences of opinion on replace. I want to replace Obamacare with market forces and with empowering the consumer. Paul Ryan's plan replaces Obamacare with Obamacare Lite, more government programs, more subsidies for the insurance companies. I'm not for that, but I am for repeal, so I think there is common ground. What I'm trying to find is that common ground.
Okay, are you talking to him, though? I mean, he's putting everything on the line, his credibility on the line for this bill the way it is to pass, okay?
We still have open lines of communication with the White House. I've talked to the president 3 times in the last week, talked to the vice president twice in the last week or 2. We have open lines. I met with his representatives from the White House today, so we have open lines of communication. Our goal is not to defeat the president and really not to defeat Paul Ryan. Our goal is to repeal Obamacare and replace it with something better. Our fear is that the Paul Ryan plan will still allow insurance rates, the death spiral, the upheaval in the individual market to continue, that he hasn't fixed the problem.
So you recently, I know, handed out copies of the president's book, Art of the Deal, to members of the House Freedom Caucus, right? You said you wanted them to learn from the master. But he's out there right now. He's in his element. He's selling the deal. As I said, calling members of the House Freedom Caucus, as you are, he's trying to get them to vote yes. Can you beat him at his own game with these guys?
It's not about me versus the president. It's really about the principles that we've been running on for decades, or for at least almost a decade. In 2010, the whole Tea Party insurgency that I was elected as part of was about repealing Obamacare. So ultimately, we are in agreement, but we're going to have to come to the understanding we disagree on what to replace it with.
All right, thank you very much, Senator Paul.
Thank you.